What's up, guys? So I told my guy David that I would make a video here on adrenaline dumps, as I mentioned it in my last video. This isn't going to be scientific. This is just going to be, my experience with adrenaline dumps. As I mentioned, I've already started getting them. So I know a lot of you haven't competed. I'm trying to think of a way. If you've ever been in a fight, which a lot of you pussies have probably never been in a fight either, but sometimes you have these big moments in life, and I'm going to speak like retroactively here because that's the easiest way to relate it, that you've had where you had adrenaline running, be it some fight or flight situation, maybe even a big presentation at school you were nervous about, or you've competed, you've played sports, etc., etc. And you relive that moment in your head, and your adrenaline gets all worked up again. It's almost as if you're in that moment. And then, after your heart gets racing, you might get a little sweaty, your palms, mom's spaghetti, and you almost relive that moment for a minute, and then it's done, and then you're just like, whoa, and you crash, and you feel like you've just worked out, or you feel like you put in a hard day's work, and you just get this feeling of exhaustion come over you. And that's what I mean when I say adrenaline dump. Now, looking forward instead of retroactively, I just wanted to say it that way because it's easy to relate it that way. When I have upcoming meets, I visualize a lot, and I start thinking about the meet. I start thinking about my attempts. I'm there on the platform. I'm getting ready to lift. I'm getting the commands and pressing and racking and all that stuff. And, I get hyped up thinking about it. And again, heart goes racing, get tingles down your spine, etc. And then when the moment passes, you're just like, bleh. And it sucks sometimes because I'll get them driving in my car, like driving home from work or something, and get all antsy and hyped up. And the next thing you know, the moment's over, and I'm just like, fuck, I kind of want to lean back in my seat and take a nap. But that's basically adrenaline dumps. I'm sure there's something interesting science-wise behind it, but that's just the feeling I get from it, and that's my experience with it. And probably, I'm sure some of you guys have experienced it too, but. There you go, David. That's adrenaline dumps as presented by Freaky D0550.